my gosh, the way my video starts, it makes this huge beep, and my sound was on today. I didn't know, so I probably just woke up my whole neighborhood. Anyway, that was so loud. Okay, week two. Week two is done, and it was not as fun as week one. Okay, there was, if you have, or if you're caught up to now, and you saw my last video, I was like, oh, I don't foresee any challenges. I should not have said that. That was a terrible thing to say. It was a rough week. But first, happy Father's Day to all the dads that might be watching. I thought it would be more moms that watch my channel, but turns out, so far, a lot of guys. And that's fine, because honestly, in the gym, that's usually who I'm working out around, and I would say that's the majority of people who are interested in bodybuilding. So fine. But if you know a girl or a mom who might be interested, share these videos, because women, y'all, a lot of guys know all of this stuff, and women, they really need to be lifting more weights. So send them my way. All right. So, thank you to all the dads who are supportive of their wives and their children and their other, just friends that turned into family. I hope you have a nice day and you take that day to relax and clear your minds and enjoy what you enjoy and reset and feel appreciated. These pictures you're going to see are of my actual husband and child, and they're some of my favorite pictures because, do you even have a baby if you don't have a picture of an infant screaming and you like, yay, And then the other picture was Cheer, the very last, 2 years ago now, Cheer. She was so sick and just resting in between performances, and that picture just shows a perfect image of just the support of a dad, just physically, emotionally, mentally, and I just think it's a perfect picture of fatherhood. So happy Father's Day. I hope you guys have an amazing day. All right, so back to my week. Rough. So I went back to work, and work is very stressful, and it's not even the anesthesia. It is a lot of times the people that I work with and my schedule. So I've tried very hard to make what is typically a demanding schedule in healthcare, weird hours, long hours, weird, not typical work days. I've really tried to minimize that, especially now that I have a child, and especially now that I'm endeavoring on, something that requires a lot of time. So it's just being a disaster right now. I'm not doing it very well. I'm in the middle of shifting some places that I'm working, and it'll get there, but then job changes are stressful also, and it's just, stress was a big problem this week, and I do deal with stress well. I have a stressful job, high risk situation sometimes, but it was overwhelming this week, and I didn't think at week two we would get overwhelmed. Okay. And so I'm just freaking out a little bit because I feel like it's early to be mentally struggling here. So I didn't feel like logging my food. I was so overweighing and tracking everything. And before bodybuilding, I track, I would be doing it anyway, and I still didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go to the gym. Mostly all of my sessions were boring and forced. I still got work in, and I still had good intensity, but it was a lot of mental effort to get it done. And that's tiring in its own way, the scale dropped, and usually that's enough to be like, oh yes, I'm having a good week. And it was not. It was a week I almost didn't want to keep doing this at week two. And it's not because I was hungry. It's because I was mentally struggling. I was not motivated at all. Newness is worn off. Spoiler alert, it's not fun anymore. And it was just hard to make myself do all of the things that I had to do. I don't know. But I came out of it, kind of got out of that funk. The way I did that, for any of you people struggling with, you know, motivation or energy or discipline, because I'm going to tell you, discipline is what pulled me through this week, because I didn't want to do anything I did this week, not one thing. I started doing a devotion slash journal. So I was reading my Bible, and if that's not your thing, you know, just writing down your feelings, reflections, I think would be equally as helpful in the morning, and setting my morning up right. And it slowly, not immediately, but slowly got me kind of out of my funk and came out of it. So much better today, ready to take on next week. As far as numbers and the way I look, I'm not posting pictures this week, but the scale came down another 2.5 pounds. Measurements were either didn't change or went up a little bit, but I think that's hormonal. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then we're in a good spot physically. I just needed to get back into a good spot mentally. So hopefully this stays away for a while, because I was really expecting the mental thing to come in, you know, way closer to show. So way closer to show, I want to talk about that a little bit, because I don't think I've been super clear. And the other day, someone at work was like, oh, we know you're leaning out. Sorry, my AirPod is messing up. Oh, we know you're working out or leaning out for a show. Did you do it yet? And it's been like a week since they knew. And I was like, oh, no, this is not what's going to happen. So I don't think I have explained that very well. So quickly, because I know you'll have Father's Day stuff to do and family things to do, I have a 20-week prep. And I'm not sure that I mentioned that in any of the other videos. 20 weeks. That's 20 check-ins. That's 20 videos. Buckle in. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Don't unsubscribe because you just found out it was 20. All right. They'll be great. I promise. So 18 now left. That is a long prep. Part of that is because it's my first one and my coach probably thinks I'm going to mess it up, to be quite honest. Part of it is I am not using performance enhancing drugs, so I have to go slower to maintain muscle. And then part of it is just because I'm suspecting, because I'm female and there's a lot of hormonal balances that you have to take into consideration more than males. So all those reasons, I'm in it for 20 weeks. So if we're losing a pound-ish a week at minimum, like that's where we're trying to stay, you know, that's 20 pounds. And if you haven't seen my pictures, go back and look at my pictures. I have it to give up, but I don't think it's going to give up very easily. All right. So it's an endeavor, and it's involved, and it's going to take some work. Like 20 pounds to drop when you are, you know, baseline a normal-ish weight. So that puts me, just because I know people are probably like, well, I wonder how much she weighs. I'm in the 150s right now, probably not by next week, but 150s is where I started, and the goal is somewhere in the 130s, which has not happened since high school. And we're coming up on my 20th year reunion. So 20 pounds, 20 years ago, it's fitting, right? So that is the goal here. I'm opening up my phone because I made notes to make you guys not so bored and we could get through this. I wanted to make sure I put everything in there. So we talked about my body changes, talked about how all the fun wore off. Okay. I really think that's all that I'm going to update today. I don't want to take up any more time when you guys are trying to be with family and enjoy days. So I will say thank you to all the people that have watched my videos. This is so crazy. In my second video, I was thanking 9 viewers, and that video ended up getting 1,000. That is unbelievable. So I would kind of like to know who, what, how, why. So give me some comments. What are you guys watching this? Are you interested in bodybuilding? Did YouTube just throw it up in your face? Do you know someone bodybuilding? Tell me about you guys, because I'm trying to shift and, you know, figure out what to talk about other than my weight change or my weight didn't change, especially when like I'm not putting up pictures and it's not the most interesting check-in with you all. So let me know in the comments, And if you have questions, throw them out there. I'll answer them. I have been doing this for a while, so I do know a decent amount of things. And if you're not in the bodybuilding world and you just want to take some tips away, because there is a lot of wellness involved in bodybuilding, especially in the beginning, maybe not so much when I'm stage lean, that maybe not the healthiest place to be at temporarily, I'll be fine. But getting there, there's a lot of good habits and stuff that bodybuilding can help form, and definitely some mental toughness. God, I hope. So comment down there, like the video, share the videos, share the channel. Is that all the things you're supposed to do? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Isn't that what all the YouTuber kids say? All right. Have a great day. Tell your dads you love them, or your father figures, or your male figures, or the people taking the role of the father. Make sure they know you love them. Have a great day.